Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm doing a Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey of Gingery's Lainey. I will link her channel down below, as well as the Goodreads group that you can go check out. This week's topic is a topic that is very important to me, and that is our top 5 favorite couples. Once I saw that this was a topic, I knew that I had to think about this long and hard, because this was going to be a very hard topic for me to narrow it down to 5 couples. And so I didn't. So there are going to be some honorable mentions before we get to the top 5. So I just want to preface this with saying that there might be some spoilers in here for people who haven't read some of these books because there's couples involved, obviously. So if you are really not okay with spoilers, I wouldn't watch this video. But if you want to sit here and watch me flail and you don't care about spoilers, then I would encourage you to stay. The first set of couples comes from the Anita Blake series, which I have mentioned before in the past. I'm going to preface this with saying that for those of you that haven't read the series, there's a plot point later on in this series. There's like 20-something books in it now. I haven't read all of them, I'm not caught up or anything, but there's a plot point later in this series where our main character, Anita Blake, basically has to have multiple men that she is pretty much involved with, and it's fine. It's not a big deal. And so there's like a bunch of ships that come out of this, and I do have some favorites from that. The Anita Blake series was one of my favorite series in high school and college. Like, Anita Blake is basically my Harry Potter. And it's a lot darker and more X-rated at times than Harry Potter, but I'm okay with it. So my favorite couples in this are Anita and Jean-Claude, Anita and Richard in the earlier books, and Anita and Micah. I have so many feelings about that, but I can't talk about it because a lot of people haven't read the series. But yes, I love them. Those are the couples that really made my heart aflutter multiple times. Because I've read this series and reread this series multiple times. My second honorable mention goes to Saba and Jack from the Dustlands Trilogy. I've only read this first book, which is why I didn't put them higher on the list because I'm not sure how their relationship arc goes. But in this book, they are my perfect kind of couple. They were both kind of resistant to the whole romantic feelings, and there was a lot of biting wit and insults thrown back and forth until they finally gave in to the fact that they're sparks, and that's my favorite kind of couple. So I'm really looking forward to them in the future, and I really hope it keeps going in the kind of trajectory that I really enjoy because they were such a fun couple. So the last couple I want to mention in the honorable mention category, I hesitate to even call an honorable mention because I feel like they are the archetype that all of my couples are pitted against. But with that being said, it is a couple from a book series, and it is Hades and Kate from the Goddess Test series. I've only read the Goddess Test so far, but basically Kate takes on the role of Persephone, and Hades and Persephone is like my original couple perfection. Like, I really enjoy the kind of retelling of the Hades-Persephone myth where Hades didn't steal Persephone to the underworld, she went willingly, and they have this really like tumultuous love. Basically everything I love in characters and couples. Hades is basically the quintessential bad boy. Let's be serious. So yes, and I really enjoy them so far. As I said, I haven't finished a series, so I couldn't put them higher on the list as far as Hades and Kate, but I'm sure they will make any future lists where I talk about couples. So now we finally get down to the top 5. Number 5 is Catsa and Poe from the Graceling series. Catsa and Poe were so great, and they again had this like, we're gonna resist liking each other and there's gonna be this like witty banter, and they're just so wonderful. Also because you get to see them throughout one of the other books in the future after this takes place, and it's just wonderful to see one of your ships existing out in the wild in the future, and I just love this couple, and I've reread this book since then, and I just remain as in love with them. The butterflies were still there the second read through, and I just really enjoy them. Number 4 is Celia and Marco from the Night Circus. I wanted to put them a little bit higher, but I've honestly forgotten a little bit of them since reading this book back in February. I've read so many books. I really want to reread this soon, but I remember sitting in bed, I was trying to move over to my new house where I am now, and I, instead of packing, was reading this book because I was so obsessed with this couple, and I had butterflies and my heart was pounding and I was crying, and it was just, they were so wonderful, and I really want to read this again so I can remember just how much I love this couple. I have a feeling these next 3 are going to pop up on a lot of lists, but my heart remains true to them regardless of if it's the popular choice. Number 3 is definitely Selena and Cole. I pronounce it Cole, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but that's how I say it in my head. From the Throne of Glass series. I've only read Throne of Glass so far, but I ship them so hard. I just love them, and I need them to be like together, and I'm sure they'll be in the future because they have to be because they're made for each other. But I just love them so much, and just the way he is, and he's so good for her, and he brings out so many good things in her, and it's just, I can't even talk about it. So I need to read the rest of the series so I can catch up with them and see where they are and how that relationship progresses. These next two are pretty much tied for first, but I did have to kind of categorize them. And this is a fairly new thing, but number 2 is Juliet and Warner from the Shatter Me series. Guys, this couple was everything that I wanted in life. The quintessential bad boy character. Warner is like one of my favorite characters of all time. The way that he is written is so spot on. You can just picture his mannerisms and everything, and I was having like a mental breakdown when I was reading these books because I loved this couple so much. Obviously, if you've read the series, the first book, Warner is not a good person. He's really not a good person, like, period, honestly, but he is so perfect and such like the tortured soul bad boy that I love so much, and Juliet really comes into her own throughout the series, and they grow into people that are just perfect for each other. They understand each other, they defend each other, they have each other's backs at all times, they never feel like they need to be possessive of the other one. They're so good, and they could conquer the world together, and I just love them. Like, reading about this couple, I was like sweating and my heart was pounding. Like, it was bad, guys, it was bad. But that is a sign that they belong on the top of this list. And my ultimate number 1 is Leah and Rafe from The Kiss of Deception. I love them. They are two characters that are just so well suited for each other, and they both are very strong and very stubborn and very passionate, and just, I'm looking forward to their development and how they progress so much in the series. Before I even knew who was who in that whole love triangle as far as the assassin and the prince and whatever, I had picked Rafe regardless. It didn't matter what he did, he was my favorite, he belonged with Leah, their romance and their chemistry was so spot on, she couldn't stop thinking about him, but it wasn't in an insta-love way, they were developed wonderfully over time, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the series and to really see where that relationship goes, and I just love them so much. All of these series I need to be made into movies or TV shows so that I can have gift sets to blog on Tumblr and fan videos to watch with music in the background. That is what I need. That is how passionately I feel about these couples. I need that. Someone make it happen, because I need it for my heart. Alright guys, that is it for my top 5 couples. Comment down below and let me know if there's any that match up with yours. I know some of these are some fan favorites, but it's because they're so wonderful. And just comment down below and let me know if there's some books that I need to read that have some of your favorite couples in them, because I do enjoy a good romance. So thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys soon. Bye!